Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Brad Lone Wolf, and today is Christmas Day. So I'm going to be cooking a Christmas dinner, which should scare me because, well, anyway, I was going to try and do as much from scratch as possible. However, it's turned out that in most cases, this is actually just a case of getting the timing right for most of the food. There's not going to be an awful lot of preparation. Let's say there's not going to be an awful lot of preparation. I've got to peel the spuds and the carrots, get those parboiled, get the carrots and the rest of the veg steamed, and the stuffing ready. You may be asking what I'm going to be having in terms of like turkey or a turkey substitute. It's actually this from the Co-op. It's a no turkey and trimming roll, basically. I was going to try and make my own pigs in blankets, but ironically, when I got to the Co-op to pick up some of their vegetarian bacon, it all sold out. So I'm going to have to rely on the pigs in blankets in that tray. My other issue is I've only got one air fryer and the hobs on the stove. You might have seen the oven. You might be asking why I never use the oven. The reason being is the oven is broken. It's been broken for years and it's so old that nobody can service it. And right now I can't afford to replace it. Right now. So, all the waffling over. Let's get the show on the road. And the first thing I'm going to be doing is making myself, or attempting to make myself, a giant Yorkshire pudding. If this fails, I have got frozen, ready to go Yorkshire puddings in the freezer. But I'm going to attempt this, and regardless of what happens, you will see the results. So for this recipe, you're going to need 70 grams of plain flour, too much. Oh, just about right, actually. And I'm going to need 2 eggs. Try not to get any of the shell in the eggs. Now you can find Yorkshire pudding recipes online. I'm following one to make, as I say, to make a giant Yorkshire pudding. But you can obviously separate these out into smaller Yorkshires, or you can make them a nice big one. So mix all this together. You should be mixing the milk in until you get a nice lump-free mixture. Nice smooth batter that's lump-free. Now you may remember, some of you may remember, several years ago, I would do programs, or I'd do videos, cooking videos quite regularly, usually on Twitch. And you might be able to find some in the YouTube channel. from several years ago. If you go back and watch them, you'll notice that I'm actually cooking 2 separate meals for 2 different people. The person I was cooking for then was my grandmother. Now, she's passed on, but within the family, she was actually famous for her flat Yorkshire puddings. So yeah, whenever I think of Yorkshire puddings, I always think of her, and I always think that they always come out flat, like a pancake. So, and it's one of those memories that the whole family remembers. So, yeah. Anyway, sunflower oil into big tray. Make sure that's all coated around the bottom. Into the air fryer. I've put that on the maximum temperature it can go to, and I am going to put it on for 20 minutes. What I'm looking for, it's going to preheat first, but what I'm looking for in this case is for the oil to be hot enough that it's almost smoking. Smoking oil would actually be better, but whether it'll actually get to that state or not, I don't know. So while that's preheating, and then obviously heating up the oil, I'm going to start preparing some of this veg. Now, again, because it's only me, I'm not going to need too many potatoes. That's a small one. I'm probably going to look at, yeah, remember it's only myself, so I'm looking at maybe 3 potatoes for mashed potatoes, and then 3 potatoes for roast potatoes. Let's get some water on the go so I can parboil them. Been a very, very long time since I peeled potatoes. So let's see how we get on with this. Well, it shouldn't be too hard. It's not like I'm using the traditional potato peeler. Those traditional potato peelers I could never get on with. I always ended up cutting myself. Not the potatoes, so I ended up getting one of these. As I've said in the past, I'm not a professional. I'm just an idiot in the kitchen. To know where my red knife has gone. I'm going to put the potato peelings that I'm putting in this bag. They will end up going into the composter in the garden. So, although to be honest, I shouldn't put them in the composter anymore because the composter's full. and needs time to break down what's in there. Difficult to know what to do. No point in throwing the. There's not much point in throwing the food waste away if I can use it for composting. But at the same time, if I haven't got room in the composter until it breaks down, what can I do? Very difficult decision. I wonder if I'm actually going to need 6 potatoes for this. Quite a lot of cut out potato right now. Let's carry on regardless anyway. Like I say, I'm just an idiot in the kitchen. Let's just carry on regardless. Got to think there's only me. Yeah. Do them all. Now you might be asking, you might be looking at this thinking, I thought you were on a diet, and yeah, I am. And yes, I've lost a significant amount of weight. However, there's no rule to say that I can't break the diet for one day. Or for a couple of days, because let's face it, I'm not going to lie, I have got some treats for myself. So yeah, this week I'm going to put on weight. It's inevitable. I am going to put on weight, but that's okay. I'm aware of it. I'm not going to sulk, I'm not going to be disappointed, because, well, first of all, it's Christmas, so I'm allowed to indulge myself. And that's the only excuse I've got. I haven't actually got any more excuses. If that's not good enough for you, well, then that's tough. Put them on for... Right, set a timer for that. Get the rest of the veg prepped. Now, full disclosure again, this steamer is actually designed for a microwave. However, I haven't got the microwave anymore, I've only got the actual steamer. So I'm having to pretty much jury rig a way of steaming the vegetables. Now, I've already mentioned that the vegetables I'm going to have, broccoli and cauliflower, got some Brussels sprouts there. We've got to peel the carrots. Now again, these are small bags for 2 or 3 people, but for me there's too much there, so I'm going to keep some of this back. I'm not going to put all of it in there. Now the good thing with this is because they are prepared, I don't need to do an awful lot with them. Cauliflower. Do I want another piece of cauliflower? Yes, I do. Right. Sprouts. Peel these. No, I don't. Good. A lot of people don't like. A lot of people don't like sprouts because they're very bland and they don't taste very nice. I found that if you steam them properly, they've actually got a little bit of a sweetness to them. However, I do appreciate that not a lot of people like sprouts, and no matter what I say, they are never going to like sprouts, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine, because that's, again, personal preference. If you don't like sprouts, you're not, no matter what I say, you're not gonna like sprouts. Is what it is. Right, anyway, carrots. I'm only gonna need a couple of carrots, even though I've got a massive bag. I'm sure I'll think of something to do with carrots. Okay, let's put a bit more, touch more milk in there so it's a little bit runny. Just a touch. Don't need a huge amount. That will do. Have to work quickly now. So this is the Yorkshire pudding batter going in. Put it on for 15 minutes. Hopefully it will rise. And if it doesn't rise, you'll see the results. Doesn't rise, you'll see the results, and then I'll get, if it's a complete and utter disaster, I'll get the Yorkshire puddings from out of the freezer. Anyway, carrots. I forgot to peel them then. That would never have done. For anyone, excuse me, for anyone wondering about the rats, I'm still fostering them, so they will get their equivalent of a Christmas dinner today. Obviously they don't know it's Christmas, but it doesn't mean that they can't have a Christmas dinner. So, we've got space for one carrot. Oh well, never mind. Carrot can go back in the fridge. If the carrots start rotting, then all I do is I put them in the composter. Simple as. Right. Get those ready for roasts. Obviously I will be swapping out. Is it really that cold in here? obviously to do my roasts, like I say, I haven't got the actual oven, and the air fryer at the moment is busy doing the Yorkshire pudding. So I'm going to start the roast potatoes in the pan there. If they don't go as well as I think they will, then I'll swap them to the air fryer. Right. With that in mind, we're coming up to 8 minutes on the potatoes. Might as well, while I'm here. Oh no! I've lost the lid to the bottle of wine. That's a shame. It means I'm going to have to drink it all. Yes, I know it's red, and yes, I know I should be drinking white, but it's my favourite wine. It's Jammy Red Roo from Yellowtail, which is an Australian wine. But I'm not a sommelier or whatever the hell they're called. Whatever the hell they're called, it's just definitely not the lid from the wine bottle. You didn't see that. Wow, that's loud. Didn't want it to be that loud. Right. It's full now. Big cloud of steam. Gas ring came off the centre there. Right, let's get that heated up. Some water on the go there. This little ring never likes lighting for me, which is why I've always got matches on me. Damn it. Gas didn't want to flow there then. There we go. Right. And yes, I know the smaller gas ring will not produce enough heat to boil the water quickly, but well, that's unfortunate. Potatoes in there to roast. You know what? Let's swap these back actually. Veg can sit on top. Hopefully that's sealed enough that it will cook the veg. If not, I'll have to do something else. Right. Do I want to do it now? I haven't actually got a proper bowl. Hopefully that will steam properly. Hopefully. What was I doing? Stuffing. Yes, stuffing. I'm tempted to look at that Yorkshire pudding, but I'm not going to, because I know as soon as I break the seal, it'll stop fluffing up. A small bowl. If I prepare this, put it in there, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We like our stuffing in this family. We always used to fight over stuffing. Well, it wasn't just at Christmas. Whenever a roast dinner was made with stuffing, the family, that would be me, my parents and my uncle, and my granddad, would all fight over the stuffing. Stuffing doesn't Stuffing is absolutely amazing, right? That needs to be thrown out. Let's get the stuff in. Right. Now again, it's only me, so I'm not going to need all of the stuffing. For sure, with stuffing being a dry good, it will last. It will last. Again. No, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. Because I know what will happen when I look, and it will collapse the whole thing. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, much as I would like to. And that needs washing. Stuffing and the turkey, and leave that out because I might need to change the ratios. Potatoes are roasting, potatoes are boiling, veg is steaming, Yorkshire pudding is going, and please be okay when I come to pull it out. Like I said, if it's not, I've got roast. I've got pre-prepared Yorkshire puddings. Then I've got dessert. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I'm going to have some cheesecake for dessert. There's 2 slices in there. I'm only going to have one because it'll probably be too full. And then for snacks going forward, I found this in Aldi when I went to do my Christmas shopping. So it's no pork, sausage and cranberry festive wreath. So I'm actually going to do that over the next couple of days. So yeah, I've got food to keep me going over the next few days. And then back to normal. And I'll also have, yes, got some veggie sausages in there as well. So yeah, all is looking well. Why did I put the fork in the wash? Turn. They are looking amazing. mashing. Pop that back in the fridge because I'm not going to need it. That's 2 minutes away from being done. Kettle's just boiled, so stuffing. Potatoes have been turned off. This is why I didn't put the stuffing away, because that's gone a little bit too wet. Still need to make the gravy. Now I have been told how to make gravy without gravy granules, which is good actually, which is really good, because I went to get gravy granules and I had to have a laugh actually, because I was actually looking at the various gravy granules in the shops, and I wanted, obviously I wanted vegetarian gravy, which is fine, but I had to have a laugh actually, because the we've had a bit of a disaster. I had to have a laugh because the well, that's that steamer ruined. I take full responsibility for that. That did not work, so can't blame anyone else for myself, but myself. Fine, not a problem. Feels like the veg has been cooked, been steamed through though, so let's give it. No, still pretty much raw. Alright. It was an experiment, it didn't work, it's fine. Oh, for goodness sake. Get those boiled up then. Hey! Oh wow, that's actually, that's amazing. I won't be having to use my emergency Yorkshire puddings. I will show you the results once I've done a little bit of a tidy up. Tea towel. On the plus side, because this is so good, means I have extra Yorkshire puddings. So sorry Gran, but your penchant for flat Yorkshire puddings has not been passed on. That is actually amazing. I'm looking forward to eating that now. Right, with that in mind, pop this back on, pop that down for 15 minutes. Shouldn't need more than about 2 minutes of preheating. Hey, right. Pop that back in the fridge because I'm not going to need it just yet. That's the cheesecake. That veg shouldn't need more than about 5 minutes. Cool. Right. So roast potatoes done. The veg is doing. The air fryer's about to do. Yorkshire pudding is perfect. Gravy. Gravy is the next thing I need to do. That's got to be thrown away. Washing up. Washing up, washing up, washing up. You know, I've said to myself for a while that if we ever get, if we ever get robot servants, the only thing I will insist that they do is the washing up, because I flipping hate washing up. So that's got another 3 minutes to go. Gravy. Stop forgetting about the bloody gravy, man. Sure, I have corn flour. I don't have corn flour. Corn flour. Yes. Yeah, corn flour. Right. So, if there's any juices that come off of this, I doubt there will be, but if there's any juices, I will add them to the jug as well. Now, I was actually told how to do this type of gravy by a friend on Discord, because I panicked when I realised I'd forgotten the gravy granules. Not that it mattered. So yes, what I'm doing is following their instructions, and I've got 1 stock cube in the jug. I'm about to put hot water in so that it's so I can obviously make up the stock. But yes, can't remember if I finished this story, so I'll finish it now anyway. So I was looking to get some gravy granules, and they didn't have any vegetable gravy granules. Okay, so I looked at the other gravy granules that they had there. They had chicken and they had beef. Checked the beef. The beef was suitable for vegetarians. Ironically, I say ironically, it's not ironic. The beef was suitable for vegetarians, but the chicken, which would have been more suitable for this, was not. So yeah, interesting that. I thought it was anyway. So I've mixed up the stock with the water. I'm now putting some corn flour in to thicken it up. Hopefully they don't go too thick. And then, like I say, if there's any juices from this, which I'm not expecting, too much. Then I'll put them in as well. Mind you, I can also put water in from veg there. Right. Pig in a buggy. Rockaway. Cauliflower. Spreads. Sprouts. Carrots. This is not all going to fit on this plate, but that's okay. Just leave it. Leave some of it. Right. Drain that. Back in the bowl. Should have put that water in. I'm an idiot. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm just an idiot in the kitchen. What does this taste like? I think I've done something wrong. Anyway, that's my fault, not anybody else's. So, nice big dollop of Marge in this case. Big dollop of Marge actually. Vegetable masher. Oops. Sprout wants to escape. Can't have that. Scoop of mashed potato. Look at them roasties. They're lovely. I don't know if you can see. Look at them. Lovely. Some roasts. Not be able to finish all of them, but that's okay. Right, 8 minutes on that. Some of the gravy to go. Gravy will go on afterwards. Actually, it's not far from cooked. Yep, they're okay. The roast potatoes are good. Okay, I'm not going to speed up time here and wait until I think this is fully cooked, because that'll be a one-shot video then, from start to finish. So, what have we learned from this experience? Well, we've learned that even though the steamer is rated for heat, it still can melt. Shame. Just means I have to get a new steamer. We have learned that Yorkshire puddings can absolutely be done in the air fryer, and they come out perfectly. We have learned that I am still an idiot, not going to deny that, but sometimes things don't always go to plan, such as pigs in blankets, but that's what's in there. And even though with most of the stuff pre-prepared, it can still take an awful long time to cook a Christmas dinner. And what's the count on now? 46 minutes. Wow, this is going to be a long video. As I say, I'm not going to edit it down. Because there's been no absolute disasters, and it's been a case of trying to get everything ready at the correct time, I don't see the point. The only thing I'm waiting on now is the vegetarian turkey roll, which should be done in about 2 or 3 minutes. Yep, with the stuffing. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give it another minute on that, and then I am going to finish. I'm going to go and enjoy my Christmas dinner. I can actually smell this starting to cook now. Well, not starting to. Oh, excuse me, not starting to cook. You can smell it cooking through. I suppose that's the beauty with air fryers, really. So they cook remarkably quickly. There actually is some juices coming off of that. Excellent. Alright. Switch that off. So that's what they look like in the end. Obviously the stuffing, that stuffing is the stuffing that I made, but that is what I'm going to be dishing myself up. So, of course, right. Some stuffing. Right. So, as I pour the gravy over, all that remains is for me to wish you a very Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whichever is more appropriate. And I'm now going to go and enjoy this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.